Hello and welcome to another episode of Aquarium Plant Index. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Anubias nana bonsai. Anubias nana bonsai is a small semi-aquatic plant which is native to Western and Central Africa. So this can be found in the wild, growing in the water and alongside the water's edge. This bonsai variant of Anubias nana has been cultivated to stay small and compact, making it one of the smaller Anubias species available to us in the hobby and is one of a handful of miniature Anubias species available to us. This seems to be a firm favourite among aquascapers, just due to the fact that it stays quite small and it's a great plant for adding detail and texture in the foreground of your aquarium. So as with most Anubias species, these are fairly undemanding. They're regarded as an easy plant, so they will do fine in low lighting conditions. They don't require CO2, they don't require any aqua soil or any high amount of nutrients, and they are extremely slow growing. While CO2 isn't essential for this plant, it can accelerate new leaf growth and just speed up the overall growth of the plant, as Anubias species are quite notorious for being slow growing. So with this being an epiphyte plant, what that means is that in nature this would naturally grow off of wood or the roots of trees or rocks, but in the aquarium we can just attach it to our hardscape, so whether that's the wood or the rock, and all you would do is remove the rock wool from the plant, add a little bit of plant glue. We recommend the gel type because it's just easier to work with, and you can just glue it onto your hardscape, or you can wedge it, or you can tie it into position, and the plant will take nutrients from the water column, and it will also send roots down into the soil to take up nutrients that way. It is important to remember when planting not to cover the rhizome. So the rhizome is the thick horizontal stem that runs across the base of the plant. If you bury this in aqua soil or in sand, it can actually cause it to rot and the plant will eventually die. So make sure that you just leave that exposed so it can get good oxygenation. Propagation for this plant is achieved simply just by cutting the rhizome. Just make sure you use a sharp pair of scissors, and you can actually split that rhizome, split the plant into 2 or 3 pieces, and then plant it in various parts of your aquascape. So this species stays really small and compact, reaching heights of about 5 or 6 centimetres. However, that can vary based on tank conditions, such as light and the nutrient availability. But Anubias are generally hardy plants, and they tend to do well in most conditions and most water parameters, which is what makes them perfect for beginners and low-tech aquascapes. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Aquarium Plant Index, and we will see you on the next one.